So it is a beautiful day out here in Central New York. I'm gonna walk inside though for a second. And today, one of the things I want to talk about, and this is gonna be really quick, less than 60 seconds, is the ask method. But not really the ask method. That's something that Ryan Levesque came up with. A guy who's just crushing it on ClickFunnels and other things too. But what I'm talking about with asking is right here behind me, we have the Board of Beasts, the Max Board of Beasts that my son Antonio recreated here. We've got a bunch of updates we got to put up on here, so this is just kind of like the initial names on the board. There's a ton of other names that are going to go up on the board as well. People who have earned their spot on there at TFC and Nothing But Chance PT Peers. The point though is let's look at the board for a second. There's a couple of names that stand out. Or spots. So we have some females in the 300 squats that are actually probably could be above 300 squats. With Tyler Kutry and Bayla Kutry and Megan Mayer. Down here, like bench press. My son Antonio's up on here for 36. He's 63 on pull-ups. We also have larger individuals than that also on pull-ups. Like Will Hilliard's up on there for 30. We go up here, we got 675 on squat for Jake Morris. Tommy Valentine's in the 600s. Then also you go back over here, you got Eric Ferguson's on there for a deadlift of 495. And that's for somebody who weighs like around about $150 at the time. So that's superhuman strength. Now here's the thing. How did they do it? How did they get up on there? How do you figure that out? Ask good questions. You need to ask them what they did to put themselves there. Now here's the thing, and this is really important. Ask them what they did. And then when you get that answer, get it as specific as possible, and then understand this. That's how they got there. There's more than one way to the top of the mountain, and there's going to be different ways for different people. Your most effective or efficient path to the top is going to be predicated and specific to your skill set and what you bring to the table. So it's probably not going to be exactly the same as, let's take for instance, or for example, if Tony did almost 70 reps on 185 bench, his technique might be a little bit different than somebody else's. And he's found the way that for right now is optimal for him to do that set, rep, and weight range for him at his height and length and everything else that goes with it from where he stands, so he can get leverage on doing what he wants to do. Now, there's other people up here like Jake. What does Jake look like when he's hitting, that 675 squat? And the other thing too is, and to remember on this board, is because you've done something once doesn't mean you're always going to be able to do it for the rest of your life. If I climb Mount Everest, doesn't mean I'm going to be able to climb for the rest of my life. And I might have my best climb ever and then never get back to that level. We see this all the time with exit velo or with pitching speed. Somebody might hit maybe they hit 95 on the gun. Well, that's great. Doesn't mean they're going to hit it again. And if they hit it again, doesn't mean they're going to stay there for the rest of their life. Obviously, also, I went over a minute on this too, by the way. But so the point is to get up on the board, ask what somebody else did, then figure out how you can kind of tweak it so that it works best for you. And then just keep on, reinventing yourself along the way. Make it better for you for now. That's the most important thing. And like Ryan Levesque talks about in his ask method, it's getting specific feedback on what it is that you need to get information on. And honestly, his stuff has nothing to do really with human performance, but at the same time it does have to do with understanding what you're trying to understand, and that comes from a good dig and dive on what you're trying to understand, and that is what it is that is the task at hand, and getting clear on that and getting specific with that, with you, that relationship that you have with whatever it is that you're trying to do that's kind of monstrous. If you want to be the beast on the board, you've got to make sure that you get real clear on what it is that you need to do, and you need to take consistent, wholehearted, whole-headed action towards its realization, and it has to be believable for you along the way. Take ownership, put them together, boom, you got it. All right, have a great day, have a great weekend. It's beautiful outside.